Hey girl, hey. So I'm gonna jump right into the tutorial. To prime her face, I just used some regular Cetaphil moisturizer, and I put this everywhere except for her eyelids. On her eyelids, I was using like this Urban Decay eye primer, and I just used my fingers to put that on. I also did put some Vaseline on her lips, but I didn't get that clip. And then I moved on to foundation. I mixed both of those shades together to get her perfect complexion, and then I just blended in. When I apply my foundation, I don't really care to get it like underneath the eyes that much because I'm going to get my coverage from my concealer. So once all of that was worked in, I got my LA Girl concealer in the shade Tawny, and I put that right under her eyes, and I put it on her forehead, her chin, and later on in the video I do put it on the bridge of her nose as well. Lately I've been like leaning towards more blending out with brushes than a beauty blender because I like the coverage that it gives the face. It's just, I don't know, I just been feeling it way more. And I actually have a video that shows you blending out makeup with the beauty blender versus brushes, and you should definitely check that out if you're not sure which one you like yet. But here I'm going in with my second layer of concealer. I'm still using the same shade Tawny. I'm just adding a little more coverage, a little more brightness to these areas of her face. But while I blend that out, what's up with y'all? Like, what's up? What y'all been doing? I ain't been on here like a month. What's up? What y'all doing? How you feeling? Let me know in the comments. What's up? After I blend out this concealer, I do like to go in with my foundation brush, not picking up any extra product, but just using whatever is already on the brush. And I like to blend out any harsh lines where the concealer meets the foundation at. Now, to really carve out her features, I mixed these two shades of the LA Girl concealer, and I'm placing it on her forehead. I'm placing it on the hollows of her cheekbones, and I am going to go ahead and contour her nose, snatch that nose up real quick with these shades as well. I don't know if you guys noticed, but none of my liquids are expensive. All my liquids and my creams, they be like drugstore because I like them and I really feel like they work really good. The only things that I really use that's expensive like that is like my powders, my setting sprays, because I just don't feel like it's no way around that. If you have like a really good powder drugstore, a drugstore powder that you like, that you actually believe in, you can let me know and I'll try it out. But as of right now, I'm sticking with my expensive powders and my drugstore creams and liquids because why not? Like, look at this. Right now, I got L'Oreal and LA Girl on her face. And you would have thought that I had, what do the girls be using? You would have thought that I had NARS and I don't even know. But, girl, I've been talking too much. Let me be quiet. The same way that you saw me go back with my foundation brush after I blended in her concealer, I'm going back with the foundation brush after I blend in the contour shades as well, just so I can really make sure that everything is seamless and all of these colors that I have on her face are blending and you can't tell where one starts and where one stops. Moving on to blush, and I'm blushing her up with this elf blush, and it's in the shade Bora Bora. It's a really pretty pink, as you could tell. Here I'm going in with a little bit more concealer, but I'm really focusing it on the inner corner part of her eyes because I just really I want that bright under eye effect, but not that OD bright under eye effect to where if you do like a flash picture you look ridiculous. I just want her to look really awake. I want her to look really vibrant. I want her to look sexy. I want when you look at her for you to like have no choice but to stare at her face because she just looks so bright and glowy and like a goddess. that last layer of concealer might have canceled out the blush a little more than I wanted it to, so I'm just adding a little bit more before I really make sure that everything is creaseless and I could set everything into place with my powders. Okay, Brats, expensive powder number one. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. There's no getting around it. I would never use. I am never leaving. I am never leaving. There's no other powder that is better than this one. I'm telling you. I haven't tried them all, but I just know that this one is gonna be better than anything else that's out there on the market. And if you can prove me wrong, then prove me wrong. But if you can't, then just buy this powder, okay? I just spend the $40. I'm not really overdoing it with the powder. I'm using like a little bit of powder and I'm pressing it in as much as I can. Like I'm pressing it in until it practically looks like there's not even powder on her face anymore. And expensive powder number two is this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And this powder is basically a powder that is the closest shade to her regular skin tone, and I use that powder all over her face to set her whole face except for where I had put that Laura Mercier powder. And then the third expensive powder was a MAC powder again, but this is in the shade dark, and I'm just using this to powder her contoured area, so her jawline, her forehead. And then I go back to my Laura Mercier powder and I clean up that cheekbone. And another expensive powder is this MAC blush. This blush is so faint you can really barely see it. You have to do layers on layers on layers to really see it, but it's just so pretty that I just sit there and I literally do the layers and layers and layers and layers, and I really let it play with me. But you could get like a more intense powder than that. Okay, girl, so now that the base of her face is done, we can move on to the eyebrows. And I'm not going to do too much with these eyebrows. I'm just using a light hand with this NYX pencil, and it's not really much to explain, but I'm just going to let you guys watch me do this. Oh my gosh, did I tell you? I changed the brush that I use to carve out eyebrows. Y'all know I used to die by that straight eyebrow brush from Morphe, but girl, I'm using this one now. Oh my god. I don't know the name of it. I'm gonna try to find it and put it in my description box, but I am cleaning up her eyebrows with that same shade that I used for her concealer, the first shade, Tawny, not Porcelain. Okay, so now I'm just running some translucent powder through her eyebrows because I felt like they was a little bit too dark. Her hair is black and is actually darker than her eyebrows, but I don't know, for some reason I don't want her eyebrows to be as black as her hair. So I did run that translucent powder over the eyelids and the eyebrows just to cancel that darkness out a little bit. And then I moved on to eyeshadow. So I pulled out this palette that I didn't pull out in so long to do this eyeshadow. And guys, do not touch nobody's face with your finger when you are doing eyeshadow, because look what I just did, like the biggest dummy in the world. And then when I actually noticed it, I was like, oh my god. But I had to clean it up. I'm sorry I cleaned it up off camera. I should have cleaned it up on camera, but I just wasn't thinking about that. But I used that eyeshadow palette that I showed you, and I'm using the color called Catsina, and I am just blending this directly into her crease, up into the front part of her eyebrows, and I'm not really putting this product that much into the arch of her eyebrows. I did want to give her eyes a little bit more definition though, so I pulled out this Morphe Happy Hour palette, and using this color Manhattan, which is like this chocolate brown, I'm going directly in her crease with like a smaller, more defined brush to really add some definition to her eyes. When she opens her eyes now, you'll see that her eyes, it just looks more multi-dimensional, whereas the other one, it just looks kind of flat. It's a cute color, but adding this chocolate brown just like, I don't know, it just elevated the look a little bit more. When I finished blending in that chocolate brown as much as I wanted it, I went back in with that first shade, Katsina, from the first palette to make sure that both of the colors were blending in seamlessly together, and that completed the eyeshadow look. I got these lashes from the hair store by my house, and I popped them on using this Sassy's eyelash glue off camera. I had to clean my lip pencil with some alcohol, but I'm using the LA Girl Precision Lip Pencil in chocolate, and I overlined her lips. I thought it was gonna be a cute look, and it was. I didn't do too much, but I definitely did overline them. So here I am basically just blending out the harshness of that lip liner. I don't know why, but blowing out this color like this makes the lips look even more plump, and it makes it like get this more of an ombre look once you do add your lipstick in the center. I don't know why, but it does. I used this Anastasia lip palette, and I mixed these two shades to kind of get like a mauve color, and then I just literally just popped it right in the center of her lips, and I did not use lip gloss. I'm just a new girl. Like, who is she? I did not use lip gloss. I got a new eyebrow pen. I got a new eyebrow brush. Like, what? One of the last things I did to her lips was clean up that lip liner just with some concealer so it could be like really crispy. And then here we go with another expensive powder. It's a MAC powder, but this is in the shade Medium Plus, and I'm using this shade to sweep off any remaining setting powder. To sweep away any powder, setting powder from the rest of her face, I just used the MAC powder in dark golden, and I did add some black to her waterline, and I smoked that out. And the two shades that I use on top of her eyelids, I also smoked them out on the bottom of her eyes as well, but I don't have any clips of that. So I know it's giving desperate, but girl, I really like this highlighter on people like her skin tone. So girl, I'm gonna use whatever is left in the corners of this pan because it's such a pretty highlighter. Like, look at the glow on the side of her cheeks, and look what it does for her nose. Face is pretty much done now, so I'm just using my favorite setting spray to really lock in all this makeup and to really help this makeup blend even more. And after that dried, I just added some mascara to her top and her bottom lashes. Now this is a face, okay? The face could have walked out just like this and it would have been fine, but I just felt like it was missing something, so I had to go in with a little bit more blush, and that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Do me a favor and let Liz, my model, know how fire she is in these comments, please. If you liked this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Join the Brat gang. It's just a whole bunch of brat bitches having their way. And I'll see you next time. Bye.